First of all, before I start speaking, I want to mention about WhatsApp. Namely, I answered the questions of what is WhatsApp. WhatsApp Messenger is a high cross-platform instant messaging and calling or communication application for smartphones because it's a transparent agreement. And I am very sure that many applications you use during the day can already access everything. The only difference between WhatsApp and these applications is that WhatsApp expresses this agreement. Also, when you look at how important is true identity, life, work, photos and videos of each of us. Okay, now is there any question?
I have a question. Opposition's speaker said that we should continue using WhatsApp because it has so many users. But most of people in the past use WhatsApp, but in the future they may use another application. It has nothing to do with popularity.
Yes, but your question is very good. But I mentioned about in my speech. So if I going on my speech, you can take your answer.
I'm going to talk about reasons to not use the WhatsApp chatting application and what should we use to stop to use it. I want to start with problems about security in WhatsApp. Most of users stopped using WhatsApp because of its new user agreement. In this agreement, you must allow the WhatsApp's owner Facebook to use your information.
There are some reasons not to use WhatsApp. The most important thing that it's not reliable, and recently 500 million people's data and private information have been stolen Facebook by the hackers, and it's 20 million are from Turkey. They may have stolen our credit card information, so we told to change our credit card passwords. Earlier this year, Digits 360 noticed a bug in the WhatsApp.
I am the last speaker of government side, and I am going to summarize our arguments and try to summarize weak arguments of opposition side. Firstly, my friends have mentioned that even deleted messages are stored, so WhatsApp could access it anytime. And they have said that Facebook was punished for stealing its users' data, which is quite important thing. And they talk about other applications.
So the reason why we do think that the influence of family is greater than friends in education is that, you know, for the children, the beginning of the life is the most important thing in your life, because the children are getting shaped by his or her parents directly, and it is the starting process of their personality. Like if you have the children, that means if you're tall or a little children, yeah, as a parent you have a lot of responsibilities that are really critical, and that will affect the life of your child. Akif has a question, as I guess.
Yes.
I have the question.
Okay, so as we know, the education is a long process which starts from the age of 3 and lasts till the death, I think. Human tends to learn till their death. So while education is such a long progress, and we only live with our families for at most 20 years, how can family effect could be more effective than the friends and those around us? Thank you.
Okay, I agree with you in a large extent, but there is a difference between our understanding like this. I agree with you in an idea that you stated that education is not limited with our childhood, it never ends, and it continues throughout our lives. I agree with you, okay? But it doesn't mean that the most important part of education is the whole life.
Venerable jury members and dear friends, today we have 4 speakers, including myself. As the first speaker of opposition side, I will be explaining the idea, the topic we are defending today. After that, my 2 fellow friends will be presenting our arguments and answering possible questions that may come up from the government side. And at last but not least, our fellow friend Asad will be summing our whole point. So, we as the opposition side strongly believe that the impact of friend is greater than family in education. As we know, children learn by seeing and experiencing since childhood, which is the core argument of our belief. Family is unquestionably a core part of education we receive, but in this education that we receive from our family is generally the basic moral rules and ethics, such as what to do while eating, or
Imagine that you are a parent and you have a child. Like, would you prefer teaching your child the moral values, and would you prefer to teach it by yourself, or would you let your child learn it from the other friends of him?
Okay, I think our point isn't that you shouldn't teach your children the basic morals. I already stated that the basic moral rules are taught us by our family, and I agree with that. But we are stating that our actual education starts with the school age, not just preschool education.
Hello, I'm Bishir. I'm the deputy leader of government, and today I will represent that family's effects on child is greater than friends, because first of all, we all know that education is eternal, and in every second we learn something new and something important, and the base of these rules or things is we learn from our family. We learned how to walk, how to talk. And you can't run without crawling.
Firstly, I want to answer the opposite group. Abdülkadir Molla said the most important part of the education is the beginning of education. I mean, like when the children at 3 or 4, like that. In this age, parents generally doesn't care so much about children, because they give children iPad or remote control of TV, and they cannot care about their children.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the last speaker of the opposition side, and I'm going to show you my speech and some of my group. First of all, as the opposition side, we are not supporting that the influence of the family in education is not important, or a little bit. Of course, the influence of the family is really important in the education of the children, but it is just the first 7 or 8 years of the children that the influence of the family is more important than the influence of the friends of the children. First of all, I want to refute something that the part of our opposition side said. We are not supporting the idea of base of the education is not important, and the family didn't give the base of the education to children.
Abdülkadir Moral said the most important is family education, because the family is the beginning of education, and it is correct. Of course, our friends are important in our education, but the influence of the family is greater than friends. In the opposition side, someone said the education starts in school, but it is wrong. Education is not just lessons. Studies show very clearly that 65% of the personality development of children is between the ages of 0 to 6.
We can access to the information easily with the internet. In everywhere where we can connect to the internet, we can we can research and reach the information quickly. Or we can find any locations with technology. And for example, imagine that you are in a foreign country or foreign place. It's important to know the places which are around your location. With technology, it's very easy to find your location. Or
Good evening, everyone. My name is Burak Ankara and I'm 10th grade. I'm the first speaker of opposition side. The opposition side will teach code of technology. First of all, I want to emphasize that we are not against technology. We are against the wrong use of technology, and we think that if we don't protect ourselves against harms of technology, it will have terrifying results for each person. Firstly, I would like to begin with the bad effects of technology on our concentration. According to statistics, which is supported by one of the biggest technology suppliers, Microsoft, our concentration level decreased up to 35% since 2000.
My name is Abdullah. We know day by day technology is developing and it will keep developing meanwhile humankind is existing. Most of the main intention of technological developments is to provide better health, communication, transportation, security, and even entertainment.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. You said with technological weapons, people kills the other people, or the people can use bad aims to technology. But this is not the technology's crime. This is the people's crime, isn't it?
That's true, but we know people can't always be true in some topics. There will be always bad people. It was always the same until today, and it will be the same. We should all know.
Hi everyone, I am third speaker of the opposition side. I want to talk about technological developments. Many people use technological devices. For example, we can see smartphone in everyone's hands. Doesn't it harm to people? Of course, it harms to them. Any more people are texting with each other instead of talking face to face. Technological developments will break the communication link between us. It isn't healthy communication.
Hi everyone, my name is Hüseyin Deniz and I'm the last speaker of the opposite side, which is supporting the technological developments are harmful for humankind. Technological developments are increasing for many years. Are we sure we don't overdo it? When we look up, so much people have their phone and technological devices, and when we look up, we don't have a life without them. I feel unrelaxed and unhappy without them, and when we look up our ancestors, they even hadn't them. They have a life without technological and electricity. When I talk to my grandpa and grandma, they tell me how their life beautiful without
technology has been improving since ancient ages, and every new day continue to make our lives easier. Technological developments is very beneficial because now we are very advanced position compared